to Sydney to have a crack. And here he is now in first grade, Blake Wilson. So it'll be the Warriors to get us going. The Bulldogs to receive. It's Friday night footy on Fox, and it's underway. So the Bulldogs will bring it back here with Carraz, getting it to Max King, who's been very consistent this year for Canterbury, but he's well handled here on this first tackle. Conditions are beautiful in Sydney. It's been a glorious autumn's day. Corey Waddell. One out here, followed up with Harrison Edwards getting his hands on it. Out it goes to a threatening Preston. Pangai with the ball at the line. Edwards again. So his 7th game of first grade, this young man. He started as a prop a couple of weeks ago in Wollongong. Oh, there's some contact as Canterbury second row, Waddell pushing Lussick back. Burton. Midfield bomb. Wateni Zalesniak taken midair. He just didn't get that one quite right, and a little gift here for the Warriors.
Yeah, Blake Wilson getting involved in the game early. Good to see the Bulldogs do something a little bit different, spread the ball early in the tackle count. There's a tackle in the air there, the first penalty to the Warriors. March upfield.
Bloggy, let's send it down and say hello to James Hooper on the sideline.
Evening, Dan and Blocker. Evening, everybody. Perfect conditions for rugby league here at Accor Stadium. Currently 19 degrees, hardly a breath of wind anywhere. And that young man on debut who just gave a penalty away there, Blake Wilson, a nice touch from the Bulldogs, the family club. His mum, Amanda, and his dad, John, they presented him his debut NRL jersey only a couple of hours ago.
Beautiful. Thank you, Hoops. So the Bulldogs now forced to defend as the Warriors, with Johnson feeding it on to Niokore. So inside the 40 now. Lussick again starting. Wade Egan to come off the bench. Fanua Blake has been a powerhouse. They can't get him to ground, but he is called held. Harris at the line. Johnson, Volkman. Malcolm captured quickly by Avarillo. So now back here as Harris, slow service to Johnson, who's picked off, and he won't be kicking now with this one tackle to come. So Volkman waits that pretty well, but Kiraz out-jumps them all.
Yeah, it's a nice take there by Kiraz. As I said, Johnson got tackled the tackle before the last. And Volkman under pressure early. There's a good reception there by the Bulldogs. We get the second set here now.
If we can have a game similar to what these two served up early in the season at Mount Smart, we are in for a cracking game, because that was a terrific contest. One of the most underrated clashes of the year. Warriors just getting over the line. A couple of contentious decisions either way in that game as Perrin getting it on. Burton running. Good signs here for Canterbury. And the arm raised for the last, so it's going to be Reynolds kicking. 3rd time in a row he's starting in 2023. He's a former Bulldog, Montoya.
Yeah, I do like it when Burton runs the ball at the line. That's his first run so far in this game. Generally just sits back and waits for kicks. He's a lot more dangerous when he runs the football.
Nickel Cookstart, his first run, only 23 less than last week in Brisbane. What a machine he is. Another former doggy, Wateni Zalesniak. Niokore, he's a former Eel, running into a former teammate in Marnie, is now Harris. Making a bit of noise there. Pass, here's the ball put up by Johnson. Plenty of height on this. Wilson, nervy little moment, but no problem. The young man. So the Warriors won that day 16-14. Round 4, Dogs led 14-6. Warriors have won the last 5 contests between these sides. Kiraz returning a couple of weeks ago, well, last week, second game back from that knee injury. Hayes Perrin, fullback every game this year. And a sharp play the ball allows Marty to run, and there's plenty of space up the middle. Real energy the Dogs have brought here early. There's Reynolds again. Familiar and similar kick to his previous one, straight to Montoya. He's been in the centres of late, but with Ed Corsi injured, he goes back to the wing.
Yeah, good to see the Bulldogs, their quicker men getting in from dummy half and making good meters, quick play the balls. Reed Marnie there with a 20-metre run downfield. Just trying to catch up the slower Warriors pack at the moment.
That's a great play the ball from Watene Zelezniak as Nigel Klukstad powers it to halfway. That's a good run from the fullback as well. Now Lussick had the wherewithal not to pass it to the man in front of him and almost create something out of nothing. This has turned into a very good set from the visitors. Johnson nursing it, finding the in goal. Perham, work to do. Perham in trouble. Perham, gone. Yeah. Perfect from Johnson.
Yeah, it's a beautiful kick, isn't it? You just see how it pulled up in the in-goal area. Perham has to play at the ball, but it's an equally good chase there from the Warriors early in this game. They forced the first line drop out. Just have a look at the backspin on that. Has to play at the ball. Great chase there from the Warriors.
So Sean Johnson with nerve there. That was from distance to roll that in and keep it in the in goal. Burton looking to go short. Boy gets him hard on it, Burton. Lussick under it. It's going to be Warriors ball here as it bounces for Volkman. So repeat set now. For Neil Blake. Oh, that's sharp footwork. Ease past Pangai. Back inside the 20. Harris for Johnson. Near Cordes. Straight into Marnie. Tough tackle. Help coming from King and Edwards on the 10. The front man, a four, almost found his way to the line. 2 tackles left. Johnson rolls it in. Curran leads the race. There's no Bulldog in sight. And Curran scores. Johnson catches the doggies out. And Josh Curran puts the Warriors in front.
Oh, what about that for experience there from Sean Johnson? The rush defence there from the Bulldogs. They tried to rush him. That was the right play. Little kick in and behind. Curran can't believe his luck. He just strolls through his first touch of the ball. Scores a try. Great play there from Johnson. The kicking game outstanding. They forced the line drop out. And now with a little grubber in and behind. The rushing defence of the Bulldogs. That's the right play there. The kick behind. And Curran takes his time. There's no one around. Plants the ball down. And the Warriors are in.
Well, Sean Johnson hadn't had a try assist for 3 weeks. That little run ends and his terrific season continues. Curran took him a while to get back into this side. Of course, a dynamic 2022, but now he's back in this starting lineup.
He's pretty versatile too, Dan. He generally plays on the right-hand side. They've moved him back over to the left here. And that's just class play. That's experience. You just see the amount of patience there from Johnson, not being spooked by the rushing defence there of the Dogs. And what a try to open the proceedings here this evening.
74% for Sean Johnson. Not a bad year with the boot. And that one comes back and goes through. Warriors 6, Canterbury 0.
The New Zealand Warriors start Friday night football on Fox League with a hot hand, and it is all thanks to the man who is currently wearing their number 7 jumper, Sean Johnson, the halfback. First, he forces a repeat set. Hayes Perham's trapped in goal. Then a little deft right foot grubber kick, and this man on screen now, Josh Curran, the Hills District Bulls junior. That's his 3rd try now in 9 games this season. He brings energy, he brings aggression, he gets an opportunity in the Warriors starting pack again.
He does indeed, James Hooper. Didn't play in the round 4 game against the Bulldogs, but makes an early impact here. It's a terrific start from the Warriors. Crashing into 3 defenders. So their lone try for the last fortnight, Adam for Noah Blake, but there's Curran now. Harris. Come back a couple of times early from a knee injury, and this is his second week back from his latest knee incident. Fanua Blake again hard to put down. A warrior in the true sense of the word, Tohu Harris. That's from outside the 40, but that's all more about distance. Boy, he's got it on a string tonight, Sean Johnson. And Perham can only work it into those defenders. Walked off the mark, so he'll be made to do it again. So the first game of 2 here on Fox. Penrith and the Roosters. Oh, there's a strong shot. It's Freddie Lussick, last appeal off Jacob Kiraz. Edwards. There's Preston getting a piece of it. Burton on the short side, but it comes back out for another forward run, this time King. Steady set, Bulldogs, perfect completions. Same with the Warriors. Now these kicks caused the Raiders nightmares last week. Nico Klokster, he's one of the better ones.
It's almost like he's willing to put those big bombs up. I want to practice. We've been practicing all week. Very comfortable under the high ball.
5 tries the Dogs last week. Burton had a hand in all of them. 3 of them, in fact 4 of them involved kicks. One of them was one of those towering bombs. Now Nico Klokster. Well, they've got Canterbury backpedaling again. Good play the ball. No markers, but Lussick just provides. Johnson looking for the corner. And this game is being played at the Warriors' pace right now.
I'll tell you what, their back 5, don't they motor the ball? The back end of the field, they charge better than any other side in the NRL. Montoya and co.
One thing they've done really well under Andrew Webster this year, they've taken care of games they would expect to win. 4-1 against teams currently outside the top 8. Win enough of those games and you're just about there to the final, as long as you can take a couple of scalps along the way. Dogs, it's harder for them at the moment. Just making territory. Burton from inside the 40. He's got angle. He's got distance. Oh, it just stays in. Well, that would have been a wonderful momentum changer for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's been the biggest problem for the Bulldogs so far in this game. They've had no field position whatsoever. See if they can force an error here.
You're not kidding. They've only had 1 tackle past halfway, as you can see on screen there. Heavy contact and Lussick now to play. So hard yakka that set for the Warriors, barely to their own 40. Off the back of that Burton kick. Let's put the Warriors on their heels. Johnson. Wilson dropped back nice and early. Just happy to take the tackle, get a feel for first grade.
Nice touch from the Bulldogs tonight, Dan. You can see all players from the blue and white club are wearing black armbands. That is a mark of respect to Brian Potter as the Bulldogs get a relieving penalty. He was the father of Mick Potter. He's passed away this week. So from everybody at Fox League, our condolences to the Potter family and also their friends.
Well said, Hoops. Champion bloke, and they look after their own well, the Bulldogs. So you're right, very nice touch indeed. All right, well now, Steve Roach, possibility here for the Bulldogs. Let's see what sort of attack they can mount.
Well, it's the first time they've really been down here, isn't it? See what sort of energy they've been under the pump defensively and field position-wise. So you've got to look for Averillo. He's already scored 6 tries this season, a pace man. So need to get him some early ball here.
Pengai early ball. Reynolds on the run. There's Averillo. Almost through. Oh, just doing enough there was Pompey. But an early threat. Jake Averillo and a set restart. Fidel getting it on. Marnie away. Edwards the offload. Broken play. He can be dangerous, Reynolds. Long pass Burton. Preston can score. Gets it on. Perham. Now to Waddell. It's frantic, but they've still got it. and a full set to work with. Marnie. And 6 more tackles. He knew what he was doing there, Marnie. Pangai's going to have a little dart, but defenders all over him. Burton poised deep left here. And comes from Reynolds to Burton. He got inside near court there, but not inside for Nua Blake. King the decoy. Edwards the receiver. Now Pangai Jr. Oh, Perham. He put hot sauce on that pass, and they've lost 10 metres. Pangai, there's that offload. Now they're rolling. Avarillo. Kiraz for the line! Doesn't look like it. He got there, but he put it down.
Yeah, you can tell there. Kiraz is saying, no, I didn't get there. Great scramble there. They're trying to get on with the play straight away now. The Warriors, good defence. They got across to cut that down. Kiraz looked like he was going to score for all money.
This is Rocco Berry in his first game of the year, first game since round 14 last year. As we look at the put down, yeah, not close. Did well to contort his body, but not close. Defence out there is for Nua Blake, backing into them. Look at the territory he's made facing the wrong way.
I'll tell you, I'd send out the message to put him on the ground. No matter what, you've got to put him on the ground. Quick play the balls are really hurting the Dogs at the moment.
Risky pass Harris to a 4, but he held it well, Bunty. Again, good meters here for the Warriors. Remember, it is an extra tackle set. So they'll be kicking here from roughly the 30. And Johnson took one pass more than it probably could have that. And he hurries that. There's Alamotti bringing it back.
I thought it was good play there by Jacob Preston, putting the pressure on Johnson. It wasn't the sort of kick that he wanted to put on, but that's just that little 1% of play. Chasing from marker.
Oh, ball's come out here.
Yeah, you can.
Let's listen.
I've quite lost. Okay, scrum here. Where would you like it? Middle, we've got a scrum in the
Let's
middle.
look here. Kiraz, yeah, he's lost it. Double knock on it was called. But Kiraz with the original drop. Warrior scrum.
You've got to be so good coming at the back end of the field, haven't you? Can't try and force passes. Kiraz a winger, trying to offload the ball in traffic. Right in the middle of the park, the Warriors will come away with something here.
Plenty of support, Blake Wilson. Indeed. Making his debut. Might get tested defensively here. Berry cut down. So they scored off a Johnson kick earlier for Josh Cohen. Lussick for Harris again, linking up with a 4. Some thinking that pass was forward, but given the all clear. Johnson near Cordet. Oh, making a beeline for Harrison Edwards, who stands up to it. Harris getting it on Volkman. Got a stack of try assists in the New South Wales Cup, 14 of them, but well handled here. Johnson got a little cute there. Still the last. He'll get another crack at this, so he just goes to the air. Coming through now, Poppy! Play on, Avarillo. And we're going to get a conference here right now to drop out, but Cummins wants to make sure.
Well, I reckon it was one of the Warriors players might have got his hand on the ball first.
Oh, no, I've got to go.
Pompey contesting with Kiraz.
I think he does get a touch there. Pompey.
And we're walking now towards the 20. I think everyone's expecting this to be a tap, but hang on, Cummins. Well, we watch a replay. It says it's a line dropout. Canterbury were trying to bring the power of positive thinking, but it didn't work.
He's had a look at it, no touch.
Well, maybe the Warriors are getting some 50-50s.
They should be good enough. The last time they got a repeat set, they were good enough to score. So a bit of the ball now, the short line drop out.
10 guys first in, coming to an end. Again, tap back. They've got that down pat, the Warriors, because Burton had that pinpoint. But the tap back has worked twice now. And more pressure for the blue and whites as Fanua Blake. Inside the 10. Harrison a forward, and this time it's pulled up.
They're just trying to hit the front man a little bit too often. Afoa's been really dangerous, along with Fanua Blake. But that time, the ball passed forward. I think it's a fair call. Yeah, he was going to go out the back. Afoa just overrun it a little bit. Harris forced to make that pass. I think that's the right call.
Quick this first half, hasn't it? Nearly midway through, one try. Been dominated by the Warriors, but the margin not getting away from Canterbury, not yet. Reynolds to feed this, so Faitala Mariner in the scrum, the former Warrior, long-time Bulldog now.
Hold there, mate, hold there, Josh. Okay, Sons, here we go.
So out it comes here for Alamotti. Blake Wilson rolling his sleeves up here. Oh, almost getting through. Nice run. And the good play the ball. That allows Faitala Mariner to march it up. This is good stuff from Canterbury.
Well, they've looked good when they've got quick play the balls and got their little men running out of dummy half.
Yeah, Harris was going to make sure there was no quick play the ball there. There's Waddell back in the middle. Perham. Faitala Mariner. So good to see him back playing regularly after that horror foot injury of last year and the year before. End over end. Chasers have got enough time. Oh, he is so composed, Nickel Klukstar.
And he just doesn't rest on his laurels too. You watch Klukstar now. Will get himself involved in this set again. Beautiful take. Wade Egan coming on the field now.
So we've got two changes. You see Wade Egan sprinting on and Dylan Walker about to come on as well. Nickel Klukstar. No, you picked it. It only took the fourth tackle. There's Dylan Walker. Started the season as a bench player. Dynamic in that role. Been 5'8" the last month.
I think they're trying to nurse him through a little bit. We saw a knee injury earlier on in the season for Walker. I reckon he's going to have an impact when he comes on here.
No harm done, but just slightly mistimed that. But Dogs ball. Kiros taking on Pompey and challenging Pompey. Curran having to come in. Wilson again coming in from the other wing. That's his fourth run. Oh no! Oh boy! That was Perham throwing a rocket into Max King's stomach.
Yeah, geez, they've turned the ball over a couple of times in this first half, in their own half, the Bulldogs. That's a terrible pass, that. I think he meant to go out the back. King gets in the way. You can't blow up your team, mate. You've got to get on with it now. Next job.
Yeah, Max King there, like Homer at Lollapalooza. Just copping it right in the tum-tum. It is an unforced error. It's Pompey. Goes one out. Oh, straight into Reynolds. Here's Walker turning it in. Oh, and he's going to go straight to ground. Nickel Klukstar. Curran is down in the bottom of screen there. Something's happened there, midsection. Yeah, Cordet is felled. Not much doing here for the Warriors, but they're on the 20 and now beyond. Harris drives them forward. Last tackle. Walker. Johnson through the hands. Oh, well read. Paul Alamotti. cuts that off.
Oh, that's a cracker of a tackle. Alamotti playing the second man play there. One-on-one, it needed to be made. The Dogs hang on. Only the one try to the Warriors from a kick. The Dogs' defence has been strong.
There's been questions about Alamotti's defence. Not there. That was terrific from the 19-year-old as he grows into first grade. Oh, that's a terrific offload from Kiraz. Now Marnie to halfway. This is a good retort here from the Bulldogs. Vitala Mariner. He'll just go himself. 15 metres. Avarillo just goes himself. Last tackle. Goes away from Burton. Marnie fashions one. And that's not what he had in mind.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit rushed there from Reid Marnie. Trying to kick back in field.
Keep going.
Geez, they get on with the game quick, don't they? The Warriors sprint to that 20-metre line.
Look at the benefit of taking off. They've gone 25 metres on the zero tackle. Straight into attack now. Montoya. Followed up here by Pompey. That's those back men again doing the tough stuff here for the Warriors. Oh, Carla Lawapu about to enter his third game in first grade. Near quarter back against the grain. Look where they've got it, 20 metres out. And there's still a heap of tackles left. Oh, straight down the middle. He's done it again. Adam Fanua-Blake. He's got another try. It just opened up. The poor fullback, Ace Perham. He went the wrong way. And Fanua-Blake gets himself a fifth try.
Yeah, I think it's Walker. Just come onto the field there with soft hands. Beautiful pass. The footwork of Fanua-Blake been out and out their best player in the first half. Look at the retreat here from the Dogs. Slow to get back, slow to get off their line. Walker goes at the line. That is a beautiful pass. Straight through with that footwork. And he is in rare form. Look at that. Look to go out the back, hit the front man. They've done it a lot here in the first half. A foe has made a fair few charges like that. And this time it's Fanua-Blake. Goes over unopposed. Look at that. That's beautiful camera work too. Soft hands. Fanua-Blake straight through. The Warriors with all the football, all the field position, go in for number 2.
All blocker because of what you mentioned, the quick restart. The desire to get going quickly, and the Dogs just couldn't recover.
Yeah, they've got an unbelievable knack of, and how hard they run. I mentioned a little bit earlier, they run harder than anyone in the NRL. Montoya, Clockstar, those sort of guys, they start the sets off so quickly, rush to that 20-metre line to get on with it. And they just march downfield. They still had a handful of tackles and they're at the 20.
So Johnson makes it 12 points to 0.
Adam Fanua-Blake, the mascot Jets junior, now in his third season with the New Zealand Warriors, and he has become the heartbeat of this Warriors forward pack. 31 tackle busts so far this season for an average of 3.1 per game leading into this game tonight. You see Dylan Walker with that beautiful ball and a big unit with soft hands. This is a hot start from the Warriors.
Indeed. Equal top try scorer now for the Warriors. Ed Corsi on the sideline, so maybe Fanua-Blake could just poke his nose in front the next few weeks, and he's on top there in the VB hard-earned index. Now that's almost out on the full there. In the end, it's a pinpoint kick as Volkman brings it back. Penrith Roosters coming up once we're done here. Big game, 20-year anniversary for the Penrith 2003 team. And both sides that just need to click back into gear. That's coming up here on Fox League as Dylan Walker is well contained. Fanua-Blake will want to offload there, but no chance. 7th run. Over 90 metres now. Here's Volkman. With Perham. Really nowhere to go. Defenders all over him. And throw him back to the 20-metre line. A little circuit breaker here, the Dogs. Penalty or a set restart. Wilson again getting his hands on it.
Geez, so plenty of enthusiasm, hasn't he? The young winger.
Sure has. 6 run. A lot of him in the middle. There's King followed up. To Burton. Here we go. We see this quite often. The kick down towards, that's Wilson's wing. He's flying, and Nickel Cookster again, so composed. That was Alamotti all over him.
Fanua Blake off for the Warriors. It'll be interesting to see whether they keep that tempo going now. He's had a mighty start to the game.
18 tackles as well as those hard-hitting runs, plus the try.
Push up, push up. Up there, right. Straight right.
So Berry followed up, Nicole Cookster.
Last one, Jacob.
Got down well. Preston grabbing Johnson, no drama there. Parent. And there's just no opening there. They're so committed, these Warriors.
The other thing too is their completion rate, 13 from 14. Been in great attacking zone, got the 2 tries. They're just wearing the Dogs out at the moment.
In fairness, they've been doing that all year. They've got the #1 completion rate in the NRL, 82% coming into tonight's game.
And it's not like they play a boring game of footy too. They use the football as good as anyone.
Warburton just had to take the tackle. Marnie, the 40-20 master, and that one's a pretty good kick. It's a shame for him that he was just about 3 metres outside the 40. He's got 4 of them this year. That's Warriors ball.
Play the ball in the middle.
Yeah, I was wondering why Foxstar was just wandering over to the ball. There he is over the 40. He obviously knew where he was. Foxstar let the ball roll into touch. They'll get the football back in the middle of the field here.
You might have been watching on the video screens. They're very big. From his side, he would have been able to see that was over the 40. Back here tomorrow, South Sydney West's Tigers. That's a very good 3 p.m. Saturday game here on Fox League. Oh dear, penalty Warriors.
Well, I just think they crowded just a little bit too long in that tackle. I reckon the message would have gone out from Cameron Ciraldo to play the ball down, try and slow the Warriors down, but you start to do that and you lay on too long, you give away penalties.
Make sure you push up, stay straight for us.
Well, this is a big moment now. Not a deep kick, that one from Johnson. But it goes out, that's the main thing. And, oh, Tom Arley upended.
Is that Marnie again?
It sure was.
He does some work.
Walker, Fontella Mariner trying to bring the heat. Preston there as well. A bit of intensity here from the Dogs early in this set as Harris, the familiar ball playing. Curran down the middle. Ockenbaugh in the game. Bit of grunt in that tackle. This time Harris does it himself. Not many metres in this set though. 2 plays left. Walker, Nickel Cookster was the decoy. And there might have just been a little opening for him. Nice play. Johnson attacking the Wilson wing. Up there is Alamotti. That's off Warriors' hands. It's okay, but it's closed down as Preston finishes off Wade Egan.
Gee, it's been a tough afternoon, hasn't it, or evening for the Bulldogs. They've looked up. They've only been down the other end a couple of times in the 20 attacking. Just need to get on the back of a penalty here.
Heading back to the Clive Churchill studio at half-time here as we get you ready for the main game of the night and review this game. As Canterbury get a penalty, well, this would be something if they could score just before the break.
See if he goes for a bit of distance here.
Well, not an extravagant one from Burton, but it'll do. It still makes 30 metres, which for him seems conservative. Just haven't had much ball down here. What can they produce now? Edwards with the early pass. All over Jacob Preston, who has 5 tries this year. Burton. Oluwapu. Perham. The flick. Trouble. Real trouble. Pompey. He's away. Oluwapu in pursuit. Oluwapu misses. Now they come across. Alamotti brings him down. Wonderful play. Adam Pompey. They stay down the middle. Arlair. Canterbury still retreating here, but now they're all back on their line. 6 more tackles. Johnson, the early kick. Wateniza Lesniak on his own and scores!
Genius.
He's too good, Sean Johnson.
Oh, that's unbelievable. What vision. What a great run. I thought it was a wasted tackle going down the middle again. Johnson knew exactly what they were doing. And you said it, Dan. They were very slow to get back. A long-range break there from the Warriors. And Johnson, again, with a crossfield kick. What a try. He's a pleasure to watch. Just tried to force the issue, the Dogs. There's the intercept. Straight away, a long-range break. I thought the next play, the ball was pretty ordinary. They stayed in the middle from a 1-out run. But Johnson sums it up quickly. The crossfield kick, look at that. Perfectly weighted. I know it's enough to see it and be able to do that, but the execution has got to be spot on. That's some sort of calm play to do that.
Well, so early in the count, we saw Jerome Hughes last night. He did exactly the same thing for Melbourne Storm. But that was a terrific kick from Johnson. Isn't it good to see a big smile on his face? That's been the tone of the year.
Hasn't he wound the clock back? Oh. He's playing as good as he ever has.
Martinez Lesniak. It was a late starter this year, calf tear. Dogs 19 to 2021, but good to see him back on the field after the late start. Unsigned beyond this year, Sean Johnson. It's not a question of whether he'll be signed, it's a question of who will pick him up, it would seem.
Or when. Surely they'd want to keep him. Playing like that.
He looks pretty good. He's doing it all tonight. You can't get the smile off his face. 18 points to 0.
The Warriors on fire in the opening game of Friday night football on Fox League, and we have got you covered with an absolute bumper night of rugby league. Coming up next, it's the Premiers Penrith hosting the Sydney Roosters. That's the 20-year reunion of Penrith's 2003 grand final victory. All those old boys will be out at Penrith Park on hand. For the Sydney Roosters, some breaking news. The young gun halfback Sam Walker, who was dropped the New South Wales Cup recently, he has suffered a knee injury, did not play New South Wales Cup tonight. He may require surgery. He is out for a minimum of 3 weeks. He is in a knee brace, Dan.
Oh, geez. Okay, thank you, Hoops, with the breaking news there. So that's fascinating, given we're about to enter an origin period where it was seen a real possibility he could get his way back into first grade. So that's the news there Hoops brings us. Warriors here. They mightn't be done in this first half. Wigan. The referee judging by Taylor Mariner. It was Mark Square. Tohu Harris. It's his 8th run. So many other runs where he's been ball playing. Johnson going for distance here.
Well, they haven't really fixed the problem with post-contact meters, have they, the Bulldogs? They've just marched through their middle. 278 metres that they've made. Far too easy, far too comfortable. I don't think the coach, she would have been raving on about it all week, but they haven't responded.
Ball now. The biggest halftime deficit of the year, the Bulldogs, 20 points on Good Friday against South. Warriors, this will be their biggest halftime lead by a long way. As Olavapu providing, Kiraz goes down. Waddell just saw it was open there, so went himself. Last tackle. A high kick from Burton. The Chasers got a chance here. Oh, Nick Clockstar. He's done it all first half. He's such an asset for this club.
Geez, they've got a lot of players in good form, haven't they? As I mentioned last week against the Panthers, that was a war. They're unlucky not to win it. I was expecting them a slow start here this evening after that game last week, but the Warriors have been far too strong.
Also, sometimes you think maybe second game in a row in Australia and it might start to tell, but not at all. They've got a bye next week too, so this would be perfect to get a big win if that's the way it shapes out. Going into that origin period where they can really take advantage of some teams that will be under strength. So Wilson now, he's got to finish this game off, obviously. He can be proud of his efforts, Blake Wilson, Block, with what he's come up with in the first half.
It's tough for a young bloke to come in, especially the field position that they haven't had the Dogs. He's had to work his backside off here in the first half. He can hold his head high at half-time.
Kiraz, 15th run for Jacob Kiraz. He's got the top score in the NRL as here's the chip and chase. Burton, the referee said he was selling a bit of candy there, and
well, that's a penalty every day of the week.
And now presents field position for the Warriors. So now they've got options here to extend this lead before the siren sounds. Walker for Johnson. Oh, straight into Ockenbaugh. Oh, he's a hard runner, Marata Neocorte. Johnson. Curran. Oh, brilliant pass. Falkman keeps it going. Pompey. Now Montoya. One pass too many. He had to throw it in. He was in trouble. And the Dogs hold on.
Yeah, they just haven't looked up at the scoreboard and had a look at how much time's left on the clock. They played some footy there. It was good to watch there from the Warriors. And again, we see the poor old Dogs working it off their own line.
Look how fatigued they are.
Yeah, they're gone. Look at them. Hands on hips.
I'm going to say Carrazas had 27 runs in the game this year, so he might give that a nudge. But more importantly, they've got some problems here tonight. The Warriors, too powerful, too skillful right now. Their biggest halftime lead in over 2 years. It's the Warriors 18, Canterbury 0. Yeah, this certainly looked like some soul searching in the Canterbury dressing room. Seraldo and Burton doing a lot of talking. So the second half begins here. Warriors, their biggest lead at any point this season, 18 points. And pretty good this year when they have a halftime lead. Hasn't always been the case over the journey, but 3-1 this year. Their one loss Anzac Day. They led Melbourne 18-12 and lost 30-22 when they finished with no one on the bench. So Egan goes down here. Harrison Edwards was the last man out in the tackle.
So he might have got a finger in the eye here. Well, look at it, the way that he's squinting at the moment.
Tackle 3.
Can ill afford another head knock, Wade Egan.
Doesn't look like that's the issue, does it? It's,
Yeah, just a poke in the eye, mate. Tackle 3.
oh, hang on, self-inflicted poke in the eye. That's a new one.
Tackle 3, mate.
A little bit of a ricochet there.
Okay, trainer, I'm going to play on there, Jake.
Good to see him up and about anyway.
Seems
Okay, you're
like
right
he'll
to go.
be
Just
okay.
stay there, Wade. Stay there. Hold there, mate.
We'll see if the Warriors have got the mongrel in them to really finish this game off here. 18-0. Sometimes you clock off a little bit when you're winning quite comfortably, and the way that they're just rolling through the middle of the Dogs, you can switch off there.
Ockenball putting the chase on here as Johnson clears it away. Blake Wilson, he was busy in the first half, bringing it back. Down to you, James Hooper.
Cameron Ciraldo at half-time, simple instructions, Dan. Forget the first 40 minutes. He's challenged his middle forwards. They talked it up all week. They were going to bring the intensity. He said, well, it didn't happen. Let's lift that in the second half. From the Warriors, Andrew Webster, super happy. He just wants them to keep composed, same defensive energy, and let's throw the ball around when we're in good ball, try and really put the Bulldogs away.
All right, yeah, and a great, you don't get many opportunities, it seems, this year to really put on a for and against clinic, and that might just open up for the Warriors once they're certain they've got this game in hand. It's a log jam there. Could be crucial what they do in the second half. Ockenball, that's a very good offload after a strong run. Marnie linking up with Burton, and he keeps it going. Preston getting it on. Alamotti, early footwork and the shove as he engages with Berry. And Berry comes back. Well, close enough here for Burton to put some heat on with his kicking. End over end, coming down on the 10. Good contest. Waddell came away, it seemed. Warriors knock on. Oh, tremendous result.
Yeah, they competed for the football, that's why. Looks like they're going to get it back here, the Dogs. Ockenball moved from the wing into the back row, had a couple of good charges. He needs to do more of it. A good offload in that last set. We need to see a little bit more of him.
So Montoya there getting tangled up. No challenge, so an admission of guilt, you suggest. Good result for the home side, and a scrum on the 10.
Let's go, get in.
2-on-2 on the right side with the
Right, get in there, Root.
light stepping Jake Averillo. Didn't form in sync, but he still almost gets there. Ella. Jake Averillo. Oluwapu. He's played 48 and 51 minutes in his 2 first-grade games, on track to do something similar tonight if he stays on. Ockenball for Burton. Burton for Preston. A little slow motion. Still half their set to go. There's Marnie for Edwards. Oluwapu, Perham. That was Averillo wanting it back on the inside. Is backing back as Waddell for Marnie. Out it comes Burton, the kick. Nickel Cookster. This would take some effort. Not even he can get that back into the field of play.
Yeah, watch him in the back play there. Just one inside the ball all the time. Cookster got himself on his bike. Got there pretty quick, but wasn't good enough to get back in the field of play. Good start to the second half here from the Dogs. They need to convert this field position into points. They need to get that first try here.
Always seems their most likely way through, doesn't it, the Dogs, the kick. Johnson poised for the short one. And he's got the 10 pretty comfortably. And again, not this time. That would have been 3 from 3. Curran, though, it would have been a miraculous half-volley catch.
Gee, it came to him pretty quickly too. Asking if he wants to challenge. No way.
They've got this sorted as good as any team in the competition. Johnson's kicking, and then the whack back, Montoya. With plenty of Warriors around there, but Dogs ball.
Well, they've had plenty of ball to start this second half in good field position. Didn't have that in the first half. They've got to be good enough to come away with some points here.
Again, Averillo parked in the 2-on-2 on the right. Alamotti goes the right side, goes to Averillo. This time, cleaner ball. Just provides for Kiraz. Waddell comfortably dealt with. Edwards Taylor Mariner having to reach up for it. Still hard to put away near Cordair, along with Tohu Harris. Edwards straight through. Oh, soft. Harrison Edwards. The footwork does the Warriors in. Well, there's the first try for Canterbury.
Well, they needed it, didn't they? We mentioned how much ball they've had to start this second half. Forced a repeat set. Edwards there with a little bit of footwork at the line. Been so good on their goal line to start this game in the first half especially. Look at that, just wrong-footed. Which goes through to score. Marnie at a dummy half, holds the ball up.
So Tom O'Leary on the left. Wade Egan on the inside. Well done, Harrison Edwards. First career, first grade try. 7th game. Taste of first grade last year. And that's an excellent moment for the 22-year-old.
Well, the next thing I've got to watch now is the Doggies. After they've scored, they've finally got on the scoreboard. This next set, let's see if that lifts them up a little bit. They need to get that little lift. They need a spark. They've got it by opening the scoring in the second half. Let's see what they come up with now from the kickoff.
Well, there you go, the reward for the repeat set. As Burton prepares to make this a 12-point game. Well, they kept coming back last week against Canberra in a game they never looked in. Only lost by 4. Right now, they're down by 12.
He might not be the biggest name in the Bulldogs forward pack, but he has heeded the call from his coach Cameron Ciraldo at half-time. Harrison Edwards here storms over from close range, and that's exactly what Cameron Ciraldo wanted to see. He challenged his middle forwards. He wanted them to play tougher. They talked it up during the week. That's a wonderful result for a 22-year-old born in Penrith, raised in Pacific Palms, played all his junior football for the Foster-Tuncurry Hawks, Dan.
Oh, what a part of the world that is, Hoops. One of the great parts of the world, Foster, Tuncurry, and mid-north coast. And good for him, Harrison Edwards, a hard worker. So the Bulldogs here, signs of life. Crowd getting back into this contest. And Taylor Mariner crashing into them. Some big news out of Penrith. Teams are in. Liam Martin returns. He'll be on the bench for Penrith. That's a huge inclusion. Big story out of the Roosters as well. You've heard James Hooper tell us that Sam Walker's injured. Not that he was going to play tonight. He's going to be out for a few weeks. But in terms of tonight's game, Brandon Smith to the bench. Jake Turpin will start the game. So there's some big team news, and the call coming up right after this here at Accor Stadium. There's Ockenball. You can't get him to ground. That's a line baller there, but Perham taken. There's the high one. It's not going to be easy for Watene Zelezniak. Oh, yes, it is. Geez, they're good at the back tonight, the Warriors, off these high kicks.
Just let's have a look to see if they've got the same enthusiasm as they did in the first half. And they made it quite comfortably upfield from the back of the field for themselves. Great work rate. They run as hard as anyone. Here they go.
Strong run again from Watene Zelezniak. Gets him over 100 metres for the night. Oh, near Cordair. Thundering into the defence.
Now got him down for a try here in the second half. He's been threatening all game. Nirikore.
Gets him deep now inside Dogs territory up to the 40 through Arlette. Johnson bringing Perham forward. He takes that and takes off, and he gets away. Perham, now he gets it on. Here's Amarillo. Defenders there, but what a start to the set. And Hayes Perham's best moment of the evening. Well, here come Canterbury. Heroes dealt with. Lapu, the dummy half by Taylor Mariner. Johnson rushing up on Marnie. Oh, a terrible pass from Burton, and Watene Zelezniak can't break clear, but he's got him.
Yeah, he just couldn't help himself there. They stripped him for numbers, but the skill and the pass of Burton there. Ball goes back now to the Warriors.
Just a little overexcited. And not only did the Warriors snuff that out, but they've got good field position again.
Big Fanua Blake back on the field too.
He was unstoppable in the first half. Cordet. Back for Walker. Waddell holds on. Inside the 30. Action-packed first 10 minutes of this second half. Quick hands, Pompey finding Montoya. Where's one off Oloapu? Johnson's kicking pristine in the first half. And that's excellent work from Paul Alamotti, who'll stay in the field of play.
Yeah, perfectly weighted kick again there from Johnson. Found the grass. Alamotti had to get on his bike and get back to clean that up.
Now this set getting a little tough here for the Dogs. That's 3 gone.
Josh Reynolds has been on the sideline for a long period of time. He's taken off about 20-minute mark, hasn't been put back yet. It gives them that little bit of energy. Now that they've got the try on the board to start the second half, they need a player like him out there.
Preston. He's been getting good game time since starting. It's a good kick. That's a good kick. But with Nicole Klukstar, pretending he's others now. Nicole Klukstar bringing it back. And that's excellent Dogs defence. Well, that's the thing we learnt last week about Canterbury. They won't go away. Even when they were being out-muscled in the first half. The spirit's still there, it seems. Durham. Now for Neil Blake. Skittles them. And Taylor, Mariner and Edwards were left in the dust.
It's a clever run there by Fanua Break. See him get in behind the play the ball there.
So Johnson kicking on the run. He took a tumble after kicking. Great chase with Timmy Zalesniak, but no panic from the men on debut. Wilson. $18-0 half-time. 18-6. With plenty of time left. Another tick for Blake Wilson with that play off the kick. Waddell now. The 16 is Franklin Pele, who's the decoy, as Edwards running it. Still yet to see Pangai Jr. return. He only had 3 runs with his first stint. Oh, hello. He's put it up high. Great catch, Montoya. Coleman almost got a little piece of that too as it came off the boot of Burton.
Starting to get a bit of field position now, aren't they? The Dogs are starting to win that battle. They're pretty ordinary in the first half in that regard, but it's the Warriors now.
Oh, there's a spin move from Berry. Son of an All Black. There's Walker. Oh, he's got the poke in the eye. Nicole Klukstar, almost to halfway. Johnson's kick turns Perham around. Sits up nicely, though. A wall of Warriors there. Dogs looking for their 5th win of the season. The Warriors looking for their 6th. Warriors can get themselves back into the 8 if they finish this off. Franklin Pele. He's had some wonderful numbers in terms of output in his very limited time on the field this year. Harris slow to get up. Canterbury, they've got a one-man advantage, and Wilson's got space as he goes down the sideline. Johnson comes across. Harris still just getting back now. Here's Burton as they sit back and wait the defenders. That's off hands, it's a knock on. And that's Canterbury ball, but at least for the Warriors, it slows things down.
There's good play there by Blake Wilson too. Got plenty of speed. They had to scramble pretty well then, the Warriors. Starting to look dangerous now with a little bit more ball, the Dogs. Well done from that young man. Look at him. He takes off. Good thing about it, he gets tackled and plays the ball quickly.
Do Canterbury take a risk, which we so often see from them, where Burton puts the ball out of the scrum? Normally not from this close range. They're pretty conservative out of scrum plays in this game.
He's got to get Everillo a little bit of early ball. He's got great pace. He can burn blokes on the outside. So get him a little bit of ball here. The Bulldogs really completing well in the second half. Got the first try. And an opportunity now, 20 out.
Alamonte whispering something to Wilson. Maybe it's coming out to this left side. Nope. They go to the right again. Here's Averillo. Oh, he's got to get to ground here, and he does. Oloapu for Ockenball. Oloapu just hovering around that short right side. 6 more tackles. Comes down to Pele. That's a great tackle around the legs from Bailey Sirinen. The Dogs, though, knocking on the door. Another set restart. Waddell comes into traffic, just takes the tackle. Walker, slow to get off. Burton. And just steadies and gets him to the middle. Lose ground there. Perrin. Oh, runs into a cul-de-sac. Not happening here in this set so far, but still 3 tackles left. There's Pele. Oh, runs into the shoulder of Fanua Blake. Geez, Fanua Blake lined him up. Didn't quite get him flush. In front of the post. Running their luck a little, the Warriors laying on in these tackles. Getting away with it, though. There's Averillo back to the middle. Well, here we go, the last tackle. Comes to Burton. The kick. Preston! Oh, that's too good for Nickel Cookstar. Yeah, here comes another short one.
Yeah, Cookstar right on the spot, as I mentioned. There's just one inside the ball there. Gets on his bike pretty quickly. Shows great pace. Knocks the ball dead in goal. It's been all the Bulldogs in the second half. They just need another try here.
Well, Adam, the left hand, the left arm didn't seem to be anywhere near that, but we continue. I think we want to see those two clash again, don't we, Block?
Yeah, Pele, he's been good since he's been on for the Dogs. Only early days.
Now, Ockenball, he was trying to do a Warriors on the Warriors and whack it back, and he missed it. That's the 3rd time they've got the ball back off a short restart.
Well, the thing is, Dan, he had a free grab at the ball there, Ockenball. What's he doing trying to knock the ball back?
That could be a killer blow for the Dogs, who have enjoyed a very good period. Wade Egan coming off. So Freddie Lussick back into the game. He started, of course, Lussick. Well, the Warriors have hardly had it in this second period. Blake. For Volkman, providing for Curran. No offload there. So this is the last. Volkman for Harris. Now Johnson on the angle. The delayed pass. Nickel Cookstar keeps it going. Wateni Zalesniak 1-on-3. Kick straight to Kiraz. And Kiraz does well. Doesn't get away, but he's got it back for Canterbury.
Well, who was it that made the tackle there?
Wasn't Nickel Cookstar, was it? Yes, it was.
There it was, certainly.
Yep, of course it was.
Kiraz was away. Showed a bit of grit there, the Dogs, with their scramble defence. There's Cookstar with the tackle.
So just the one try in this second half. It was Harrison Edwards. There's Pangai Jr. Should be nice and fresh, almost to halfway. But, oh, that's tailing. Swallows it up, Montoya, and gets away, if you don't mind. The chase now from Amarillo. Montoya, though, gets away from him. Beats Perrin. Great save, Waddell. Fantastic play, though, from the Warriors winger. Johnson, he's done it again. Watenis Lesniak, but back there, Blake Wilson saves it for the Dogs.
Yeah, well done. He read it beautifully then, the young fella. Johnson just telegraphed that one a little bit that time.
Now it opens up. Look at this. Perrin almost through. Johnson around the ankles. And a penalty.
I reckon he's been their best too, Perrin.
Penalty. We've got Burton asking for sin bin, but that's not going to happen there.
And we've gone on about Clockstar in this game, and rightfully so, but Perrin been good at the back there. He's run for 145 metres so far, so good kick returns from him.
Beautiful Finn Montoya. Former Bulldog. He's having a terrific night so far. Well, this game has come alive a bit, hasn't it, in this second half? Pellet bending them back.
Good run.
Whoa, that's Lussick trying to stop and successfully stopping Corey Waddell. That is a killer. That is devastating. A knock on at the play the ball. The challenge is he's certainly quite vocal.
10 seconds,
Too late. He said it, as they're saying. So Paul, play the ball. No, well, why would you challenge that? That's a terrible play the ball. Just trying to get on with things. Could have got him in a couple of counts there. Didn't even get his foot on the ball.
That's close enough right here, mate. Right here, boys.
So we're waiting for the big one, Penrith and the Roosters. That's coming up straight after this. Penrith have won 6 in a row against the Roosters.
Freddie in.
No, it's not quite that peak form. Should be a terrific contest. I bet Penrith Bluebet Stadium is full because it always is on a beautiful Sydney night. Not too cold either as current now. Certainly not where we are at Homebush. Maybe a little chillier at the foot of the mountains. There's Fanua Blake. Rushing up on Johnson. Johnson still going. Not much room here for Berry to work with. Almost to the 20. Ooh, that's a wild one. That gets past Johnson. No panic though. Volkman placing that kick. Kiraz. Another run coming up for him. Oh, Volkman, great chase. Well, this might be the last bullet in the chamber here for the Bulldogs. Josh Reynolds. You talked about it, Block. His energy, his spark might just be the tonic here for Canterbury.
I'll tell you what about Josh. He won't die wondering. He'll give it his all, I'm sure of it.
Well, it was the game against the Cowboys here, wasn't it? A Sunday night where the Dogs exploded into life and pipped the Cowboys. And Josh Reynolds came in late. This is a very underwhelming set for Canterbury. They haven't made it to their own 20, so Burton, 20-40 possibly. Well, he certainly got the distance, but Nico Klukstar was all over that. And he's already inside Dogs territory. So they haven't shaken the Dogs off here. We're now into the last 20.
Just dropped off their intensity a little bit, haven't they, the Warriors here in the second half. Not running anywhere near as hard or winning that play the ball, winning the collision. It happened all first half.
Ooh, Penguin racing in, finishing off Tohu Harris. There's Johnson. Quick start. Out for Martini Zalesniak. Driven back there. Some intensity from Wilson and Alamotti. And again, that's going to find the grass. And again, Kiraz nowhere to go. That, by the way, his 24th run. So he's going to give that record of 27 a nudge. Top 5 runs in a game this year. He's got 4 of them. 27, 26, 24, 24. Nicole Klookstad, the only one not Kiraz in the top 5 with 24. Now, what's happened here? We've got a player down in Reynolds. Wilson took a bump as well.
Is it head, mate, or not? Okay, we're going to play here.
That's his ribs. Hanging on to his ribs here. Well, he gets tackled without the ball.
Well, that's like dodgem cars.
Should be a penalty there to the Dogs.
Okay, mate.
In fairness to Dennis Lesniak, he was going for the play with the ball. It was just all very confusing. Marnie! That's a good one, but they're so aware, the Warriors, of his 40-20 prowess. Oh, that's come out. That's a great play. It's going to be a try. Game on. Avarillo scores. We have a contest.
I think it's Ockenbaugh that comes up with the big shot.
Now, how did this ball come out? It's going up as no try.
No try. Can you confirm that there's a rake and the ball goes forward off the strip?
Well, shades of Reece Walsh last night. Oh, Reynolds. Well,
he's raked it out.
Such Reynolds
that's
steals
the end of that.
with 2 players on the tackle.
Penalty to the Warriors.
If that wasn't held up block, every CEO in every company in New Zealand would be blasting officialdom. But that's a simple one. That's got to be a no try, and it is.
I thought it was a good shot from Ockenbaugh, but when I saw the replay, Josh Reynolds just trying to spark his team. A little rake at the ball there. Nearly got away with it. And there's the raking action.
Well, that's what he does, Josh. He's going to try things, but didn't get away with it there. So, just getting home. He's getting ready to put the feet up for Penrith and the Roosters. The late change for Penrith. Liam Martin is in. He's the inclusion on the bench. That's a big inclusion.
It's a good sign for New South Wales too. Battling for a back row with a number of injuries. So.
And for the Roosters, Jake Turpin to start. Brandon Smith to come off the bench. So that's a different looking Roosters outfit as they look for that spark. Straight after this, Warriors now. Harris working it forward. Yet to score in this second half, the visitors. Walker on. Johnson for Curran. Curran the offload. Lussick thought about passing. Oh, Reynolds tries to rip it out. That would have been legal. Johnson skipping. Sirenin surging. Perham with the tackle. Lussick on tackle 5. So that leaves them one more. Oh, again, he's been done in a few times, Johnson, with some wild passes. Oh, the rebound. Volkman, he'll score. Ronald Volkman's in.
What about the step? Just left Perham just clutching it there.
First try, Ronald Volkman. A moment of brilliance.
Well done from the young fella. We just mentioned they hadn't scored in the second half here. What about that? Volkman. Just watch his footwork here. There's nothing doing. They could have kept coming up. Little chip over the top, little grubber. Ricochet collects the ball. Look at the footwork. Perham just left clutching it here.
Obviously a little bit of luck here, Block, but this boy can play. He has just lit it up in New South Wales Cup. 14 try assists, 4 tries, stack of points. Oh, yes. He can feel it now, Andrew Webster. And Ronald Volkman. He played one game, a memorable comeback, the Cronulla game, when they came back from nowhere to win that 32-30. He had a try assist there. As he played the role he's playing tonight, Sean Johnson's partner. This time he gets a try. fourth first-grade game, second this year.
That Terry Lamb sort of build, hasn't he? Low to the ground, powerful, great footwork. And it was encouraging stuff to put that grubber in and then regather, but the footwork at the line there just left Perham clutching at air.
So try disallowed at one end, Warriors score at the other, and they're back in command now, 24-6.
An opportunity in the Warriors starting side tonight for this man on screen right now, Ronald Volkman. It comes off the back of Dylan Walker having played 5'8" for the Warriors for the last couple of weeks, but off the back of 3 losses, Coach Andrew Webster just wanted to mix things up a bit. He's turned to the 20-year-old ex-Sydney Rooster who signed a 3-year deal with the Warriors looking for an opportunity, and it looks as though he's going to get one in the halves alongside Sean Johnson.
He's been named, Hoops, always in the extended squads, but Dylan Walker handed the role the last month. But maybe it is going to be the young man's for a little while. Up they go. And Canterbury will get this back. That's well done. Might be too little too late, but it's a good play nonetheless. Here's Oloapu just shrugging away from Dylan Walker. Here's Preston. Burton runs, got past Curran, got past another, keeps it alive, Amarillo. Forward pass.
Yeah, the ball's gone forward there. And a bad little finish there.
He's been denied twice in the space of, what, 5 minutes? But Burton, yeah, that's certainly coming out forward.
Dan, you ever been up close to Burton? Mate, he'd be 6'3". He's a big man.
He's a lot bigger than TV makes out.
Than what you think. And I love it when he takes the line, and we haven't seen a lot of it tonight. When he has, he's been dangerous.
Played Origin last year, 2 games, both in the centres.
Keep it clear.
Yeah, he's a unit.
Keep it clear. Put him, mate.
He was won a premiership.
Right.
The Panthers as a centre. So Warriors back with the same margin they had at half-time. As Walker carries it up.
Release.
So 10 minutes away, then it's James Tedesco and the Roosters against the Penrith Panthers. Joey Manu also there, the 5'8", of course. 8th place, the Roosters coming into this weekend. There's a little outside, inside. Nickel Crookstad almost. Nice work down low, Pangai Jr. Nickel Crookstad cramping. Most famous cramps of all, 2019 in the grand final.
Any wonder?
Yeah.
About 30 Ks here this evening.
Same as the grand final, same as most games. 16 runs, 177 metres. Covered all the Canterbury kicks.
Just have a look at their back 5 there. Montoya, 177 metres. Pompey, 145. Dallin, 130. Tops that. Gee, they've been good.
Tohu Harris probably tops that VB hard-earned index every time they play. He's 15 runs himself, 40 tackles. He is a machine, Tohu Harris. And he's still coming back to 100% from knee injury. And that's a cheap penalty. Is he going to challenge us? I think they are. Certainly put a good case in.
Well, they've all got a call where if there's a couple in the tackle and they drop off.
Got a captain's challenge.
He's pretty confident.
Warriors are challenging. Yeah, just wait. Let me do it. Warriors are challenging the strip call.
He's the man that stripped the ball. A little drop-off call there. And he's in the tackle. Is there a hand on him?
Sean Johnson is securing the ball.
Well, mate, I'll tell you what.
Well, has he...
Tavita Pangai then releases the ball.
Yeah.
There's not a stripping action. The ball consequently ends up in Sean Johnson's
No held,
hands.
unless there's a held call.
Carried by Tavita Pangai Jr.
It has to be Warriors' ball.
Listen, you've then lost the ball. That's what it is. It doesn't matter. You can lose the ball after a held call. Go in the middle. Hold! Lead the leg.
Okay, so you heard the held call, but Ben Cummins explaining, yes, but you can still lose it.
Well, he just let it go, didn't he?
So the call is, did he let it go or was it stripped? And the officialdom says he let it go.
Well, he was pretty confident, Sean Johnson.
Hey, here we go. Freddie, you need to be good as well. Come on. I need you in, mate.
Well, now they can rub it in a bit here.
Hey, Reed. Here. Oh, there.
Neil Blake, his night's probably done. He's on the bench. Right, Corey spent a lot of time on the bench too tonight.
Right.
And they're going to get a week off here, the Warriors. A well-earned week off, and then they're in New Zealand for the next 2 games. Here's a knock on by Pompey. That's a shame. Pompey's been terrific today, but
You've lost it on the ground.
that's a put down on tackle 1. And they're going to challenge again.
Go on tackle 1, mate, Joey. Warriors are challenging the lost ball in a tackle on the ground. Just hold that mark for us, mate.
One from one with their challenge.
Just looking to determine if the possession is lost by the Warriors player.
I'm just looking for a little bit of separation here.
The Warriors player has possession of the ball here. He then loses possession there and attempts to regain it.
Well,
The challenge is unsuccessful.
haven't had much go against them tonight. That one though, that's a knock on.
Challenges, mate. Where would you like it, Reed?
Yeah, worth a call with 8.5 to go, I'd say.
That's over here, mate.
In front comfortably on the scoreboard.
Offloads.
It's a smile from Ben Cummins. Not a smile from Andrew Webster. But they're set to go 6 wins, 5 losses. And a good little stretch coming up after that. Brisbane, minus all their Origin players. It's the Saturday before Origin, so there'll be no Haas and no Carrigan, and a couple of others might be missing as well. That's very winnable. That's at Napier. And then a home game against the Dolphins at Mount Smart. Canberra in Canberra, and then another bye. They can really set their season up over the next 5 weeks. Well, next 4. They've got the 2 points coming with the bye in round 12. But that little 3-game stretch, they can rocket towards the top 4, let alone the top 8.
Yeah, it's a great advantage if you haven't got any Origin players, for sure. Not like they'll have any in.
Oh, there's a shot. That was our fire. Putting it on Harrison Edwards. Good. Perrin. Edwards, all flat-footed this. King straightening. No offload. Burton to the air. Wilson flying through. Now he took out Watene Zalesniak there. Comes away for Pangai Jr. Called 6 to go. This might be a try.
They've got to have a look at it.
Well, they'll certainly look at the contest.
He's going to award it for sure. And then they'll have a look.
So, Wilson, the question, was he contesting the ball? He certainly took out Watene Zalesniak, but was he entitled to?
Lesniak went up high, didn't he? Just a little bit early on that ball. Does he get impeded as he leaves the ground to attempt to take it?
Eyes on the ball the whole way.
Did he have a fair shot at the ball there? The young fellow on the wing that came through.
Players have become very good at selling this, even if they deliberately run into the player to receive it. They keep their eyes on the ball, they can get away with it. Well, does Watene Zalesniak jump into him?
Does he give him a fair shot at the ball there? Young Edwards.
So, try for now. And then we're looking here. Oh, they spotted a little Alamotti. Well, that'd be knocked back. But hang on, has it gone from Alamotti to an offside Pangai?
Well, Pangai's in front of him there, and if he touches the ball, he's offside.
Well, There's a few things now. There's a few
Sorry, it was Wilson who...
Yeah, but it looks like they've cleared that, obviously. If they've gone a step further...
If Alamotti catches the ball...
Yeah.
Yeah, look, and then Pangai Jr. gets it in front of him. He's offside.
Knock on minimum. It's unlucky, but interesting.
Rocco Berry takes possession of the ball, then knocks the ball forward into Paul Alamotti.
Yeah, that's unlucky for Canterbury, but that's the sort of night they're having. Now,
Paul Alamotti then hits his arm and goes to Tavita Pangai Jr., so we have a double knock on.
yeah, so Alamotti knocked it into Berry. They both knocked it into each other, really, and therefore, by the time we got to Pangai, it was a double knock on. Well, we cleared all that up.
Well, they get the ball back, will they, the Dogs?
Points off the board.
Guys first, and then they knock on. Yeah.
Rocco's facing that one.
No, it's been reviewed. I'm not going to argue the point. We've got to scrum over here. Scrum.
So 24 to 6.
No, it's Bulldogs ball.
Dogs ball.
He's looking.
No,
Walking the
Rocco
same
Berry
path
knocks
as
it
Ben
forward,
Cummins
into
there
Bulldogs, who
towards
then
the
knocks it
scrum.
on. So it's a double knock on. Off you guys first. Yeah, scrum.
He's got some deep digging to do,
Yeah,
Cam
boys, here, up
Serraldo.
here, back here. That's it. Just hold there, man. Sean,
Their
just
one
hold
try.
it.
Well, the world's gone mad. Is that Dylan Walker packing in the front row there? Come on.
And one try, Canterbury. Harrison Edwards. It was a one-out play near the try line. Marnie sends it on for Alamotti. They had that well in command, the Warriors. 7 minutes left. Pangai. Here's Edwards. Burton on the run. Ockenbaugh, beautiful line. He runs. Ockenbaugh gets there.
Well, he's looked dangerous here in the second half. I mentioned a couple of times he's been a handful. He's got a couple of offloads.
Hard to see this one being taken off them.
Dan, he just just needs to learn to do it a little bit more often.
Well, look at the put down here, Block, because there was a bit of traffic there, but it looked like he got it down. Edwards to Burton. Bursting through Ockenbaugh. Good effort there by Montoya. It looks like Ockenbaugh still...
Yeah, they won't take
got
that
it
off him.
down.
That's a try.
Yeah, not on that angle.
Enjoyed watching him play there tonight, Ockenbaugh.
It won't be as clean as we think, but there's no angle that's going to show this has come out. So what do we got? Try confirm. Big kick now just to make it a 2-score game. It's not an easy one. It's 8 in from touch. It's on the preferred side for Burton. And 12 points the margin. 5.5 to go.
Well, you mentioned it. In the second half, the Doggies won't go away. But unfortunately, a couple of minutes ago, have a try taken off them, and then the Ockenbaugh on the repeat set.
It's eerily similar to last week, and then they got themselves one last shot. Nathan Cleary. So he's got a fresh haircut, and looks like a terrific night out there at Penrith. The conditions perfect. Penrith is trying to reassert their authority on this competition. They are coming off a win, a good win, against the Warriors last Saturday afternoon.
I'm expecting a response from the Roosters after last week.
It was probably the biggest upset of Magic Round, wasn't it? They just didn't lose to the Cowboys. They were hammered after that monsoon hit just before kickoff. Penrith Roosters, that's coming up next. Dogs. What have they got here? They're going to try something adventurous with the boot of Burton. Here he is now through the hands. And Alamotti just gets to ground. Preston.
Well, they've outscored the Warriors in the second half. Let's see if they chance their hand here. They won't die wondering. The Dogs, they fought hard in the second half.
pass here. Oluwapu just distributing. Avarillo back. Perham has troubled them with these sorts of runs, but well handled here. And the last little chip kick. Avarillo coming through, but Johnson's back there. They're awake to it, the Warriors. The 40-20 attempts, the tricky little kicks. They've done their homework. Anthony Zalesniak. And a penalty.
Court held. No, court held. Court held, mate.
Not a bad place to get a penalty at the back end of the game, around about the halfway line. They'll want to finish off strong here. The Warriors will be hungry for another try.
Well, do you think a field goal here, Block, just to end this once and for all, or just look for another try and wind the clock down?
I reckon they'll go for it here.
So one try in this second half. Nicole Kluckster. Make that run number 17. Sirena straight into Burton. Good strength, Burton. Preston there, so was King. Playing the ball here for Lussick. A fight. Just happy to keep it in the middle here on tackle number 3. Johnson just behind the play. Goes to the front man. Ooh, okay, a forward pass the call there. I'd say, Blocky, there's been some passes that have been a bit more questionable than that over the course of the evening, but that one's pulled up.
Yeah, they love hitting the front man, don't they?
So he's on the line. Oh, yeah, probably was. No momentum, probably hard to argue. So the Dogs, now this time last week, Block, this is when they put in the kick from this point. They went deep, they got a try, they got one last chance. No one's back here for the Warriors. Goes through the hands, and that's not the plan. Comes to Wilson. Lamotti. Two conservative plays here. Dogs next week, by the way. Gold Coast here Sunday afternoon. Oluwapu to Burton. All sideways stuff this. Avarillo the flick. Kiraz. 26 runs now. That one not going too far. Burton trying to fool them with his eyes there on to Marnie. The quick hands Alamotti. Wilson pulls it in. 2 tackles left. Long ball for Marnie. King the decoy. Burton, the delayed pass. Oluwapu on. Kiraz runs out of room. Butt gets inside Montoya. Well, at least they're close enough for a high one. Last chance here for the Dogs. A rarity, they let that bounce, the Warriors, and it's a friendly bounce. So that just about does it. And the Dogs now look like they're going to fall to their 5th defeat in 6 games. The Warriors are going to snap a 3-game losing streak.
And been competitive in all those games too, the Warriors. So
haven't they just?
They'll have a good run now.
So the Warriors collecting their 6th win. They've played 1 final series in 11 years, but they are very much in the thick of it this year. As Johnson sends it downfield. Hayes Perham now. Here it comes to Kiraz. Kiraz, line baller, kept in, Avarillo. Oluwapu, long trouble. Burton does well, keeps it going. Now Wilson. Wilson, that's a great run. He's been terrific, 18 runs over 150 metres. Certainly has put his hand up today. Now comes to Burton. Perham, this will be The last play, it would seem. Up they go. Burton dribbles. And appropriate that they clean it up at the back, the Warriors. It was Bailey Sirinen falling on it. And the Warriors get a much-needed and much-deserved victory. Sean Johnson led the way in the first half with some wonderful skill. They had plenty of stars right across the park. Andrew Webster gets another one. Warriors 24, Canterbury 12.